Hi guys, this is Shelly over at the Complete Combatant, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about a course that I did a few weeks ago. I hosted, meaning the Complete Combatant, hosted Vicki Farnam, and we hosted her off-body carry instructor certification course. It's a 3-day course, and we set this up last year, and she came to Georgia, North Georgia, with her team. There was a total of 5 of them, plus John, so 6. And Vicki and her team of 4 were on the range with us for 3 days. And I wanted to just tell you a little bit about my experience. I won't do a true AAR after action report with all the details. I'm going to tell you what I thought of that course. And if you have any questions, then please contact me and I can give you greater details because I've got like 6 or 7 pages of notes. So basically, they were very easy to host. Okay, what Vicki needs to teach that class for 3 days is not a lot. It's a classroom setting and a range. So they were just wonderful, wonderful to host. She brought 4 of her teammates with her. She brought Marty and Gary and Sue Ann and Gloria. So they all 4 worked with us with Vicki in the lead. So on Friday, we opened up with the classroom. And of course, we went through the details of all the admin. And once that was over, we got a few hours on the range. They teach in a way that you would crawl, walk, and run in the way that these techniques are introduced. And this was not my wheelhouse. I am not an off-body carry person. I was many years ago, and trust me, I did it all wrong. So learning the true way to draw and safety and what can work, and talk about the difference in something that you would get to your gun from the side or from an angle or from on top. There are so many different bags and options out there, and it's not just purse off-body carry. There is book bags, and there's briefcases. I mean, it's not just for women, it's off-body carry. So we kind of started in on that on Friday afternoon and got some live fire in. But once again, the way they do it is we work with these purses with blue guns, see what works, what doesn't work, what can you physically do, what seems easier to you, what is more comfortable as far as height and adjustment. I mean, all this stuff was a part of this, which I never really, once again, thought too much about. I'm like, grab a purse, put it in, and let's go. It's not like that. You have to think about things. So we spent the entire 3 days in a classroom setting, great conversations, and of course on the range. But what I started to say is we would start with blue guns, and then we would do it dry practice with our own firearm, of course, everything clear and safety first. And then we would do it live fire, and then there was always a coach with you, because you really have to think about when you are going to draw that firearm from whatever type of off-body carry you have, because she had no less than, I don't even want to make this up, I hope I'm not making this up, no less than 30 or 40 different bags for you to use. Talk about being immersed in this style of draw, right? It was truly amazing for me, once again, because it was so not my wheelhouse. But we had to work through where our body was positioned to make sure that your muzzle was downrange. We had to work through having some verbal commands, understanding the distance, making sure that there was no one, around that could be either friend or foe, right? You have to make sure that you notice the changes in environment. There was just, all of this was a part of our course. It wasn't just, once again, putting the gun in a purse and drawing. It was absolutely understanding the safety of it, where the muzzle was at. Where are you going to keep an extra mag, if at all? Where's your pepper spray? Where is a flashlight? Is it in the bag? Well, let's practice with it in the bag. What do you do when your hand's already on the gun? How do you get a jump start? Is it best to move while you are drawing? Is it best to move while you are doing a mag change? It was just her thoughts put into a 3-day class, and there were so many parts of it that I found brilliant, because it just was never something that entered my mind. So if anybody is out there that is interested in off-body carry and understands that not everybody is going to carry on their body, and I understand that. So the way I look at it is, if they're going to be doing that, once again, male or female, gym bag, it doesn't have to be a purse. It can be a backpack. But if you're going to be carrying off body, meaning it's not somehow pressed up against you and it's in a bag, you've got to make sure that you get trained as the instructor, so you can give your students the best setup for success and making good decisions for them. And I wanted to be able to answer these questions and be able to talk to people about their options and pros and cons, and not tell them what I think, but educate them on where they're at and their part of the journey. And if they're going to carry in a purse or in a briefcase or whatever, then by God, I want to be able to give them the best information I can, so it's safe, and hopefully they can protect themselves and others with the choices they've made. That was my goal. And you know what? Vicki and her team, they reached those expectations. One more thing to add was they did something special for us on Saturday night. John Farnam did a presentation to us regarding the mindset, the expectations, what is within normal limits, all that wonderful things about an encounter that is unwanted. And if anybody has been lucky enough to be in one of his live fire classes or one of his verbal presentations, it's something to behold. So that was pretty special. So we had Vicki Farnam, John Farnam, and her team of 4 take very good care of us. And I highly recommend this class for those people that think there is more out there than just on body carry, and that you think that you want to be one of those people that says, I may not agree with it, but by God, I'm going to help you through it, give you some pros and cons, and we're going to work together on this. And it's ultimately your decision. That's hard to say. That's hard to say. But it's the way it is. So let's support these people. Let's get the knowledge. Let's educate ourselves so we can help them help themselves. All right, guys. Have an awesome day. Bye.